Am I falling? Damien wondered. He felt weightless, drifting in a white void, yet it was as if he were plummeting forever. Time stretched and snapped in flickers. The void pulsed, a tunnel of light unfolded. Falling or flying, he couldn't tell. Hours seemed to pass before he struck a snow-white floor. It didn't hurt. Good day, sir, a voice greeted. Damien lifted his head. An old man stood in a spotless white suit with a glowing Digital Realm Systems emblem on his shoulder. His beard was thick and snow-white, his smile almost grandfatherly. Who are you? Where am I? Damien pushed himself upright. Pure white surrounded him, no texture, no shadow, a void pretending to be a room. My name is Alfred Hammond. I am your guide, the man said pleasantly. Please, good sir, follow me. Where are we going? Damien asked warily. To create your avatar, of course. Alfred snapped his fingers. An arch rippled into existence, luminous blue and liquid as water. Is that a portal? It is. Beyond this waygate you will shape yourself for the realm to come. Alfred smiled. Now come along. Damien hesitated, then stepped through. It felt like water that clung without soaking. The next chamber was sterile. White walls, subtly different white tiles, a long gray table surrounded by equipment he didn't recognize. What is this place? He asked. This is where you will create your avatar. You may return any time to alter abilities, change appearance, or make new avatars, Alfred said. So I could have two? Indeed. The first is free. The second costs around 100 credits, depending on race and base. There is no limit so long as you can afford it. Alfred folded his arms. Any more questions before we begin? You said I could add abilities, and what kind? Limitless. If you have the credits, your imagination is the only boundary. His smile thinned. Shall we begin? Yeah. Damien swallowed the rest of his questions. Wonderful. A word of warning. You may feel odd. Alfred snapped his fingers. A body appeared on the table. Damien froze. It was his body. He thought of one change, his eyes, and they flared, bright gold. How is this possible? He breathed. In the digital realm, nothing is impossible. Think what you desire, and it will be so. Damien shaped the avatar, 7'6", golden eyes burning, beard and shaven head intact. Other adjustments, some subtle, some not. I'm finished. Are you certain? Once you confirm, you cannot alter it further unless you pay. Note that hair and beard will grow naturally. He pressed the confirm sigil. Darkness collapsed around him. When it lifted, he lay on the table again, stronger, sharper, remade. Lastly, Alfred said, formal now, you must name your avatar. Damien's voice rolled deeper, resonant with new strength. Primus Indominus. Alfred nodded. Primus, follow me. Another portal bloomed, snowy white laced with luminous blue hexagons. This leads to Solarium, capital of the Imperium Empire, Alfred said. Remember, the first death is free. The second costs 1,000 credits, each thereafter doubles. The laws of this realm are absolute. My little brother, will he be there? And classes, weapons? Every new player begins in Solarium. There are no classes. Be who you wish. The economy is credits. Earn them here, use them in the real world, and vice versa. Weapons and armor. Buy, craft, steal, or loot. Thank you, Alfred. Good luck. Stepping through was like water, then air again. He emerged onto a gray-stone street. Cool, clean dampness filled his lungs. He breathed deeply, pure, a balm after years of poison. He looked up and froze. The sun hung high, and behind it loomed a vast black hole, rings of golden light circling its rim. Planets shimmered in the sky, too close, too real. What the hell? He whispered. Luminous text etched itself before his eyes. A calm, feminine voice resonated inside his head. You are witnessing the Black Hole Ultimate Solar System, a central black hole surrounded by 9 suns, with 550 superplanets orbiting within the combined habitable zone. A black hole at a system's heart, suns like torches, worlds bound to its gravity. His mind rebelled, and yet the sky left no room for doubt. This is a game, he said, but it didn't feel like one. The damp air, the warm sun, the immensity above, indistinguishable from reality. Who are you? I am Praxima, the voice replied, soft, motherly, edged in synth. An AI built to assist you. Oh, Primus steadied himself. Get a grip. What is this world called? This planet is named Terra, Praxima said. One of its great powers is the Imperium Empire, modeled loosely on your world's ancient Rome. It's so real, indistinguishable. Your body lies in the physical realm, your consciousness inhabits the avatar you created. Saul Morgan despised the old world and built a game to replace it. Saul Morgan? The creator of the digital realm systems, and my creator. Why haven't I heard of him? He chose to remain in the shadows until today. Why? I do not know. Primus exhaled. Fine. How do I start recording? And is there a place where new players gather? Think of the command. A faint red dot will appear in the corner of your vision. New players are flocking to Brewer's Inn. Are you looking for someone? My brother, Quinn Yeager. I don't know his avatar name. A dim red dot blinked in his vision, barely there unless he sought it. Praxima paused. Primus walked, awed by the world's weight. The clean air, the layered scents. Your brother is registered as Thalion Indominus, she said at last. He will arrive at Brewer's Inn shortly. How do I get there? Think of the question. The waypoint will activate. He did. A translucent white line painted itself onto the street, pointing to a distant marker like a GPS path laid over reality. As he followed, the city breathed. The children laughed. Laundry snapped on balconies. Coal smoke and food scented the air. In a side alley, a rag-clad man curled beneath the boots of another clad in yellow armor. A crimson skull stamped on shield and shoulder. A memory surfaced. A traffic stop with Jack. A man dragged from his car, a tire iron flashing. Don't ever get involved, Damien. Forget what you saw. Don't worry, Dad, he whispered. I won't. He walked on. By the time Primus reached Brewer's Inn, the sun stood high. The shutters were drawn. He knocked. The door cracked. An older woman peered up at the golden-eyed giant. Can I help you? She asked, wary. Are you closed? For now. We open at sundown. Her eyes narrowed when he didn't leave. Was there something else? I'm looking for my brother. We were supposed to meet here, he said, rubbing the back of his neck. There's nothing I can do for you, giant, she said briskly. Good day. The door shut. Metal slid into place. Guess I'll wait, Primus muttered. He sat against the wall, tossing pebbles at a cracked paver. When the pebbles ran out, he fetched them and threw them again. Hurry up, Quinn. Brother! A voice called. Primus stood as Thalion jogged up, grin wide. Took you long enough, Primus said, pulling him into a hug. Sorry, this place is insane, Thalion laughed, eyes bright with childlike wonder. I know, it's too real. Primus pressed a palm to the inn's warm brick. I can't tell this universe from ours, Thalion said. Everything how it feels, it's the same. Yeah, pretty awesome, isn't it? Primus said, though a thought needled him. What if people never go back? To put it mildly, yeah, where to? Marketplace. Let's see what they sell, and what it costs. Sure, but we can't buy anything. We're broke. Oh, you can earn credits here and use them back home. I know. Maybe enough to get Mom and Dad out of debt. But how? We need a way to earn. I don't have a bow and you don't have a sword, Thalion said. We'll figure it out. Marketplace first. Primus set his waypoint and led on. Thalion watched him, towering, golden-eyed, voice deep enough to vibrate stone, yet still unmistakably his brother. The market unfolded like a city within a city, rows of stalls beneath bright canopies, each marked with carved symbols for their trade. This place is enormous, Primus murmured. That stall, bows, Thalion said, pointing. They drifted over, admiring elegant curves and laminates. One bow stopped Thalion cold, jet black gold string, a dragon skull engraved at the grip. How much? He asked. 50,000 credits, the seller said, color drained from Thalion's face. It's magical, fit for royalty. Finest work you'll ever see, the man added. If it's for royalty, why sell it here? Primus asked mildly. The seller's eyes hardened. Mind your tongue, boy. Leave my stall. Come on, Thalion hissed, tugging Primus away. Please try to be friendly. Sure, Primus said dryly. Guilt flashed as he caught the plea in those blue eyes. I can't get over it, Thalion whispered, watching a mother chase two giggling sons. It made him wish their mother played with them like this mom was doing for her two kids. Even the NPCs feel real. Yeah, Primus said. A warm breeze lifted against his scalp, like cracking the car window while Jack drove. Get off me! A woman shouted. A sharp smack followed. Thalion sprinted toward the sound. A brown-haired woman lay in the alley, lips split. Over her stood a man in yellow. Brother, we have to help her, Thalion urged. Why? What's the point? Primus asked, but the disappointment in Thalion's face stung. He glanced at the man, another yellow skull, same uniform. Because I want to be a good person, Thalion said, steady. In this world I am Thalion, and he's a hero. Fine, I need to punch something anyway, Primus growled, tearing off his shirt sleeves and charging. The thug turned just in time to catch Primus's fist. He hit the stones hard. Steel flashed. A dagger bit into Primus's thigh. Think that hurts? Primus rasped, heat blooming in the wound. My life is pain. He stamped the man's throat. The struggle went slack. Color drained from the eyes. The woman pushed herself up, staring at the golden giant. Thank you, she whispered. Thank him, Primus said, pointing at Thalion. Your name? Tina, she said, looking gratefully at him, then looked over at Thalion. Thank you, then back to Primus. And yours? I'm Primus, that's my brother, Thalion. He crouched, quick hands moving, 2 daggers, 10 credit coins, a couple of silver rings. Wait, Tina said, let me cook you something as a reward. She bent, tore the abandoned sleeves into strips, and wrapped Primus's leg while Primus handed over the 2 daggers to his brother. Please. Thalion took the daggers. Are you sure? Please, she insisted. Follow me. They walked. Primus realized they were heading towards the Brewer's Inn. Are you soldiers? Tina asked. No, travelers, Thalion said. We arrived this morning. Oh, where from? Far away, Thalion chuckled. No way we can tell her the truth. Tina, Primus asked, why are we at the Brewer's Inn? It's my mother's place, Gina Brewer. I'm Tina Brewer. Primus blinked. Oh. Tina pushed open the door and waved them in. Why are you bringing those 2 in here? Gina demanded from behind the counter, the same woman who'd barred Primus earlier. They saved me, Mom, Tina said. I told them I'd cook. This is awkward, Thalion muttered. Was it normal to follow a woman they had just saved to get free food in this new world? Hey! Gina snapped, fingers clicking at him. What do you want to eat? What do you have? Honey chicken, sheen fish, stew, bread. Honey chicken, please, Thalion said quickly. Tina, 2 bowls of honey chicken, Gina called back. Thank you, ma'am, and sorry for the trouble, Thalion said. To be fair, you saved my daughter from those bastards, Gina said, softer now. Thank you. Who are they? Primus asked, sitting. People call them the Yellow Skulls. They crawled out of the gutters 4 years ago after the plague. Evil, the lot of them. Yellow Skulls. Primus filed it away. He'd killed one. Would they come looking? Here you are, Tina said, setting bowls down. Her gaze lingered on Primus, those eyes like polished gold. Heat climbed her cheeks. She looked away as Gina snapped her fingers, breaking the spell. Listen, Gina said firm. I can't let you wander about with targets on your backs. The Yellow Skulls will hunt you. I've a spare room. You can stay on my terms, after dark indoors. If I say go to your room, you go, understood? Why risk it? Thalion asked. They won't touch me, Gina said. I have the Emperor's ear, and this city's love. Harm me, and they'll answer to everyone. Thank you, Primus said. If they come, we protect you both. I appreciate that. Gina paused, eyeing Tina and Primus. And you 2, use your brains, not your groins. That's all I'll say. Yes, ma'am, Primus replied with a soft chuckle, while Tina's face brushed with red. Mom, Tina said, her face red as a cherry. I'm just giving you 2 pieces of advice. What you do with it is up to you 2, Gina said. When she stood up and left the dining hall, the brothers ate. The honey chicken was rich and fragrant, steam curling into the rafters. Primus closed his eyes for a breath. It might have been the best meal of his life. As evening drew on, Gina opened the inn for business. Tina stayed close to Primus, their voices weaving in playful banter and quiet laughter, while Thalion kept to himself, immersed in a book about Emperor Epimetheus. Hey, Primus, Thalion called, lifting the book. I think you'd like this one. Tina and Primus had been talking for hours. On the surface, Damien looked happy, animated even, but Thalion knew better. That smile was a mask, one his brother had worn for years to conceal the cold detachment beneath. Damien had long since stripped himself of emotion, replaced with something closer to machine logic, precise, unfeeling, with little warmth behind those golden eyes. What's it about? Primus asked, briefly pulling his attention from Tina, who sat beside him. Epimetheus gathered an army of 60,000 men and marched to the Vanishing Mountains, Thalion explained. He sent letters to his wife and son, but after 3 months, silence, only 7 men returned, scarred, broken. They spoke of monsters beyond imagination, horrors beyond comprehension. Hold up, how does an army of 60,000 men lose? Primus asked, frowning. The Vanishing Mountains is a cursed land, Tina said softly. I've always heard it's one of the richest places in Terra, but the treasures are guarded by monsters. Her lips curved into a gentle smile as she looked into his golden eyes. She wanted to lean closer, to close the space between them, to kiss him, but she held back. Still the thought lingered, tugging at her. If no one survives, then how does anyone know it's the richest land? Primus asked, his gaze locked with her sapphire blue eyes. There's a fort there with a port, Tina said. It was built by Emperor Epimetheus before he led his army into the mountains. So did they mine it, or what? Primus pressed. As he spoke, the sunlight through the windows began to fade. Across the inn's ceiling, strange root-like veins stirred to life, glowing with a soft, luminous blue that bathed the room in an otherworldly glow. I think so, maybe, Tina replied. We don't get much news here, just rumors from travelers and soldiers. But I heard the fort was abandoned a couple of years ago. I could be wrong. Why? Primus asked. Monsters, Tina said simply. They attack constantly. Eventually it wasn't worth the cost to keep it garrisoned. Tina, time to get to work, Gina hollered. The door creaked open and the first customer stepped inside. He wore navy blue armor trimmed with yellow, a bright cape flowing behind his shoulders. What kind of armor is that? Primus murmured. He had never seen anything quite like it, though the colors blended seamlessly. That armor belongs to the Solarium Guardsmen, Praxima's voice said in his mind. They're often called the Yellow Cloaks. Why haven't I seen it before? Primus muttered. He still disliked the voice in his head, but he couldn't deny how useful she was. You have, Praxima replied. You just never noticed them until now. Whatever. Primus sighed, then glanced upward. Hey, what's that glowing root thing? That is the lumen light, Praxima explained. It's unique to this realm. It requires no coal or fuel. Like bioluminescence, it awakens only in darkness, glowing to guide and guard the night. That's actually pretty useful. Could I just scrape some into a jar? Primus wondered. He didn't truly want it, but the thought of carrying a piece of the glowing root for later use intrigued him. Indeed you could, Praxima said. Placed on a surface, it will spread outward slowly. So I could keep it in a jar and use it like a torch? Primus asked. Yes, she answered, though it would never burn as brightly as a flame. It is best used as a stationary light, fixed in place like you see on the ceiling now. Thalion noticed Primus, silent on the outside, yet clearly locked in some unseen exchange with Praxima. His lips never moved, but the subtle flicker in his eyes betrayed the conversation within. The inn grew crowded as more patrons streamed in. Among them, Thalion's attention snagged on a towering figure, black-haired, green-eyed, nearly 8 feet tall. His hulking frame radiated power, though his face was blank, unreadable. The sight sent a chill through Thalion. The man's plain, emotionless expression mirrored Damien's all too well. Then another entered. This one carried the same colossal build, with black hair and eyes burning a vivid, menacing red. There was something volatile beneath his detached exterior, like rage simmering just under the surface, waiting to ignite. Thalion's chest tightened. Both of them, though strangers, reminded him uncomfortably of his own brother. Are these players? He wondered. And if they are, why do they wear the same masks as Damien? Thalion's unease deepened as he studied the two hulking figures. Before he could voice the thought, Praxima's voice stirred within Primus's mind. The green-eyed giant is named Invictus Dracul, she said evenly. The red-eyed giant is simply called Romulus. Both are players. Primus's gaze flicked toward them, curiosity tightening into something colder. Giants with names like that weren't just ordinary players. They carried the weight of legend already forming around them. Thalion swallowed hard. Invictus, Romulus, even their names sounded carved from fear. He glanced at his brother, then back at the men. Why do they feel so much like Damien? He forced the thought away, trying to steady himself. Instead, his mind wandered to a quieter, more pressing question. How long have we been in here? You have been playing for 14 hours, Praxima answered smoothly. Thalion's chest tightened. 14 hours, his thoughts raced. Oh God, our parents, what must they think? Fear not, Praxima soothed. One full day here passes in but a single hour in the real world. Relief washed over him, though another thought quickly took hold. How could such a thing even be possible? It is the time dilation effect, or TDE, Praxima explained. Think of it as a fast-forwarding game. To the outside world everything is moving rapidly, but within time flows normally. To you it feels natural, yet beyond the system hours become minutes. As night deepened, weariness tugged at Thalion's eyes. He approached Gina, asking softly where their room was, and she led him down a narrow hall. The room was plain but clean, white brick walls, their edges softened by age, and faint lumen light glowing along the base of the wall, casting a gentle blue shimmer across the floor. Two beds stood opposite each other, one near the door, the other by the window. Thalion slipped off his boots and sank into the bed closest to the door. The mattress was firm, the sheets cool, and before long exhaustion pulled him into sleep. Primus sat watching Tina weave between tables, her laughter bright against the din. Something about her pulled at him, irresistible and new. Time blurred, until a man in a rough brown shirt seized her wrist and yanked her toward his lap. "No!" Tina cried, striking his face with an open hand. The man's features twisted with rage. He shot to his feet, fist cocked. "Hey!" Primus's roar cracked through the inn like thunder. Every voice died. The giant rose, limping slightly, yet his presence crashed over the room like a wave of dread. His golden eyes burned as he closed in, each step a hammer fall. "What?" the man barked, spreading his arms wide in challenge. Primus didn't blink. His lips peeled into a grin, sharp and merciless. "Don't ever touch her." His hand shot out, clamping the man's throat. Fingers dug in deep, crushing cartilage until his eyes bulged. With a savage pull, Primus lifted him into the air. The man kicked and clawed, choking, gasping, then Primus slammed him down. The floor shuddered. The man's skull cracked against stone with a wet, splintering snap. Blood sprayed, teeth scattered across the bricks. Primus didn't release him. He jammed his thumb into the windpipe. A sharp crunch echoed as the man's body convulsed, then went slack, twitching one last time before falling still. Silence drowned the inn. Patrons froze mid-breath, mugs trembling in their hands. Only two unmoved figures remained, the green-eyed giant and the red-eyed, watching without flinching. The corpse sprawled at Primus's feet, neck caved in, jaw hanging crooked, blood pooling beneath. Primus loomed above it, chest heaving, golden eyes burning cold, pitiless. For a heartbeat Tina only stared, trembling. Then something broke. She rushed to him, clung to him, pressed her lips against his. It was desperate, breathless gratitude, heedless of the blood still slick on his hands. "Thank you again," she whispered.